What's up, guys? Footy Gods back with another video. Getting close to the season now. Really exciting. We've got the intra-clubs kicking off this week. So even I think today or tomorrow, we'll see some clubs have some pretty serious intra-clubs. And then we're going to lead into next weekend where we will see some unofficial but official sort of hit-outs between clubs. So really exciting, really exciting. So only a few weeks away now till the season proper. So it's the business end of the preseason, guys. So we're going to get serious here, and we're going to go through our top 5 must-haves of 2023. So if you are going to watch one video of ours, this would be the one. So these 5 guys, we think that if you don't have them in your team, they're just going to hurt you so badly. So let's go through and get started with our number 5 pick. This man, Rowan Marshall. So ruckman for the Saints. Now he's had a bit of a rough time of it in the last few years with injury and that sort of thing. Opportunity. Paddy Ryder's been there, but the price is right. 506k. He's going to get that number 1 ruck spot. Majority ruck, you'd imagine. And the scoring pedigree is there. So if we look through even last season, 21 games. So he played every game. 173, or most games anyway. 173 highest score. Really impressive. So, and that's 156 as well in there. So he can really pump out some big scores. Obviously, the lower scores were a result of playing more forward and having to share the ruck duties. But we know, we look back at 2019 season. We know he can go 110 plus. With that ceiling, and that's even with a score of 50 in there. So really impressive. Has the scoring capability, and he's pretty consistent as well. So if we look through his most recent season, a couple of ordinary games to start, perhaps sharing the duties. But you see, 120, 90, 80, 80, 89, 90. He doesn't really drop too far below those sort of numbers. So he's our number 5 pick, must have in the ruck line. And 42% of coaches have jumped on, so definitely jump on with them. Number 4 in our must-have picks, this man, Connor Rozee. Now, what a season he had last year. Got his first All-Australian Blazer last year and best and fairest at the club. Breakout season for sure. After starting his first 4 games, as a forward half-forward flank, struggled a bit, obviously. And then got put into the midfield in round 5. Actually, got put into the midfield halfway through that game and scored the 90 and just never really looked back. 46, but everything else, elite. Finished with a 162. So just the fact that he has that ceiling of, 160. He actually had 3 scores above 150, if I'm not mistaken. 3 scores above 150. So we don't want to miss those massive scores. The price is right, 513. We're not paying through the roof for him. He's going to get more opportunities in the midfield again this year. Ollie Wines is under a bit of an injury cloud, so you'd think he'd be almost the number 1 midfielder at the Power coming into the earliest parts of the season. And he's trending really nicely, obviously. I mean, we look through 2020 to 2021. Slow growth, but went bang last year. Trended upwards really massively in the right direction. Really nice age demographic, around that 23, 24 years old. So he is primed to go another step further this season. So get him in. Number 3 in our list of must-have players this year. Probably no surprise he'd be in this list. DAkos. What a debut season he had. So he's averaged 91.3. If you average over 90 in your debut season, you've done pretty well. Played every game, which is a huge tick. When we're looking at trends and growth on players. So if a debutant plays every game, including finals as well, so he played probably 24 games perhaps. Oh no, did he get rested? No, he didn't get rested. So he played every game. So really impressive, and the ceiling's there already. First season, he's dropping out 160s, 140s, even 120 pluses a couple times as well. So really nice ceiling. We don't want to miss that. The word is he's be getting a much more midfield minutes, playing as a majority inside midfielder. So I can't see that hurting his scoring. I can only see that helping him, getting more of the ball. And playing midfield means he's going to hit the scoreboard a lot more. So we could probably expect 10 to 15 goals from him even more if he's playing midfield. So that's obviously going to help his scoring massively. The price is right, 502k. And yeah, see the ownership, 44%. Again, we don't want to miss out. If he does score that 160 and we're not part of that, 45% that own him, we are going to be really hurting on the other side of it. So number 3 in our must-have. And now the top 2. These are my 2 favourite players. So yeah, call me biased if you want, but I think we're pretty spot on here. Josh Dunkley, our number 2 must-have player this year. So he's got the forward status again. So that's really juicy. 108.3. Look at that. It's just absolute miles ahead. I know there were some other forwards that had forward status halfway through the year, like Bont and these sort of guys, but 108.3, that's just miles ahead of anyone else. So has the pedigree, will be a top 4 forward lock, but also with the opportunity to be a number 1 forward, more than likely number 1 forward. So the ceiling's there. We know, 155, 148 high score, 151, 202. Woohoo! That's nice to look at. And this was when he was playing as a majority midfielder, 2019 of the Doggies. So 116.5. So we know what he can do. We know what he can do. Massive ceiling and can deliver that scoring pedigree we need. So really highly owned, probably one of the most highest owned players in the comp, and for good reason. 63%, we must have him. So make sure you budget for him at F1. Lock him in and he will do a great job for you this year. Number 1, drum roll please. Shouldn't be any surprise really. The human pig himself, Clayton Oliver. Now this man, I've done a bit of a deep dive on this man. We look through his 2022 average, right? So 2022, okay, 127.1. You'd think, yeah, that's pretty good. But if we take into account the finals. So 2021, let's go first. Sorry, 2022, let's go. 173, 118. So if we add those scores into his average for 2022, all of a sudden he's averaging 128.7 as opposed to 127.1. So that's a nice little boost. 2021, same story, 123.5. Okay, yeah, pretty good. Let's have a look. Final series in 2021 had a pretty good final series, 165, 125, 139. So yep, all of a sudden that 123.5 becomes 125.8. So you can see that the scoring pedigree is there. He is an absolute beast when it comes to scoring. Really durable. Hasn't missed a game since, missed one game since his debut season, and that was last year with the hand injury or thumb injury. Yeah, and obviously the ceiling's there as well. So can score 200. He's done it multiple times, and he's super consistent. So when he does have a bad game, it's really only going to be 90s. Look through, yep, 68. That's an outlier. Look through everything else. 85 is the second lowest. So 2 scores below 96. 2 scores below 96 last year. So really solid. Can't be tagged. He just wins the hard ball and gets his contested possessions, tackles. Would be nice if he hits the scoreboard a bit more this season. So look for that to bolster his scoring again. But yeah, I mean, going off this 128.7, I think there's room to grow. There's room to grow in that 127 average. He can go 128 plus. We know he can. So he's my number 1 pick for a must-have player this year. Let us know. Let us know what you think. And are you going to be picking these guys? If not, who are you going to pick otherwise? Like, subscribe, guys, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.